Hi, I'm Chad with Move Forward Guitar. This lesson is from our series Guitar Chords for Beginners. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to play an open A7 sus4 chord. Here's an open A7 sus4 chord. And this is a really useful chord that can be used in a lot of playing situations, although it's probably not one of the very first chords you should learn because there's more common chords that'll be more useful to you. But if you learn it early on, there's a lot you can do with it, and it adds a lot of nice color to your sound. And if you look in the link in the description, there's a list of chords that I think you should learn first, which will be more useful to you because they're more common, and they'll get your hand in shape to play open chords really well, and you'll be able to play a ton of songs with them. So I'd recommend learning those first, and then you can learn this chord. And once you have those other ones down, this will be a fairly simple chord for you to learn. So this chord can be really useful with your third and fourth finger on the second and first string, because that's where your fingers stay when you play chords like a G, a C add 9 using this voicing, E minor 7, D sus 4, F6 add 9. All those chords leave those two fingers there, so this is another chord that leaves those two fingers there. So it could be used in a progression really easily using any of those chords. So it's a really useful chord, and as a beginner you can use it fairly easily and do a lot with it. So the fingering for this chord is your first finger on the fourth string, second fret, your second finger on the third string, second fret, your third finger on the second string, third fret, and your fourth finger on the first string, third fret. And then you start your strum on the fifth string, just like an A minor chord. So the fifth string is an open string, and then you strum all the way down towards the floor through the first string. And then you don't play the sixth string in this chord, so you're going to want to try and block that out with your thumb if your hands are big enough. You can just lightly touch it, and then it won't matter if you hit it when you're strumming. But if your hands aren't big enough, you're just going to have to be really careful not to hit it as much as possible. You can hit a little bit because that note is in this chord, and it'd be all right for it to be in this chord. Although if you leave that low E in there, it's going to get really muddy if you play it too much. So it's best to try and avoid it or mute it out. So like I said, if you know the other beginner chords that are listed in the description, this should be fairly simple to you. You should already know that you should be on your fingertips and not let your joints bend back here, and already know how to play open beginner chords pretty well. So it should be fairly simple to you, and it'll be a really useful chord if you learn it early on. So this is an open A7 sus4 chord.